Hello friends, I am Dr. Vinod Kumar, Faculty Sales and Marketing, and I would like to guide SIP students on what they should do for their SIP completion during this lockdown period. Well, apart from understanding your company requirements, SIP students should also focus on their SIP completion. Let me take you through what you should focus upon these days. First of all, you should find out the information on financial indicators of the organization for which you're doing your SIP. What you should cover when you find out the financial indicators of the organization. You should start with the basics first of all. When I say the basics means you should find out the vision of the organization, the mission of the organization that you're working for. What is the ownership format of the organization chart. What is the portfolio analysis of the organization, including the width of the organization that covers different product lines, the different brands and the variants available within the organization, including the products and services they are offering. You should also find out company's growth rate. What is the company's operating margin? What are the company's earning before interests and taxes? What is the profit after taxes? The cash flow statement of the organization and the liquidity status of the organization. Apart from this, you should also find out who is the CEO of the organization, CFO of the organization, managing director of the organization, who all are the board of directors, what are the milestones achieved by the organizations in terms of mergers and acquisitions or the investments made by the organizations, or maybe the strategic alliances they have created in order to expand their organization. So this is very, very important that you conduct a financial analysis of the organization that covers basically the financial indicators of the organizations. So once you're done with the financial indicators or the analysis of the organization, you should also perform the marketing analysis of the organization. What do you mean by marketing analysis? That means you try to understand the segmentation of the organization. What is the target market, different demographics and the geographics. When you talk about the target market, what is the positioning of the organization in the market, and what are the differentiation strategies in terms of point of parity and point of differentiation company has used. Apart from this, you should also find out the material that the company is utilizing, the cost of the material, and the manpower strengths and the total employees available within the organization. Apart from this, you should also be able to find out the company's policies of the organization towards their staff. Once you're done with the financial analysis or the marketing analysis, then you should move towards the industry analysis of the organization. So when I say industry analysis, you should find out the industry growth rate, who are the players involved in the industries, what are the market share. You should also conduct a more competitor analysis of the organization, talking about the marketing intelligence here basically. Apart from doing the industry analysis, you should also find out the sales and distribution structure of the organization, the incentive schemes for their salespeople, and the taxation structure of the organization. When I say the financial indicators, in order to find out the detailing of this particular point, you should definitely get in touch with the faculty guys, as usually the faculty guide have a particular format available with them in terms of the financial indicators of the organization. So you should definitely contact them and try to find out what all you should cover in detail when you talk about the financial indicators of the organization. You see, my intention through this particular video is to only draw your attention toward this point, which I am emphasizing upon, that is the financial indicator of the organization, because you would also find the weightage in terms of valuation for this particular point. I have also observed that student usually runs short of time in terms of finding out the financial indicators of the organization over a period of time. Well, financial indicators are very, very important. Please consult your financial company's guides or the faculty guides for this. Once you're done with the financial analysis of the organization, you should also conduct a SWOT analysis of the organization, which is also part of your evaluation scheme. So these two are very, very important points. Once you are done with all the analysis, then you should produce your research methodology and the sampling techniques you have adopted. You should be able to answer what is your problem statement and why you have chosen this particular research design and the sampling techniques. This would also require to adopt research instrument and tools to collect data. So in case if you're working on a particular project which does not demand any sampling techniques to be adopted, then in that case you should definitely follow your company guide and faculty guide for this and the recommendations given by them. Then comes the data analysis and the techniques applied. See, at the end of the day, you should be able to analyze your data through justified statistical techniques and the tests required. So once you're done with the analysis, then you should present your findings and recommendations. You see, remember to use graphical charts and tables while presenting your findings. Committee is usually entrusted to understand what have you contributed towards the organization in which you're performing your SIP. Therefore, you should be prepared enough to present what value you have added towards the organization apart from the data you have collected. Also, the bottom line is your learnings, which is the ultimate objective of your SIP. Therefore, you should also be prepared enough on what have you learned through the summer internship program. It is very important that you talk about your learning in front of the SIP panel. Then comes the limitations of your study, future research directions, and the conclusion of your report. Remember, while presenting your work, it is very important that you manage your allotted time. The time would be allotted to you by the company guide. You are not supposed to cross or go beyond the time limit allotted to you at any cost, guys. Do not plagiarize the content. Please make an organized report and make a wonderful presentation. Follow your company guide and faculty guide always. Well, in order to keep my presentation short, I would stop here. I hope things are going to improve soon and we will be back to the pavilion in the coming days. So thank you very, very much and have a nice day.